The future significantly depends on our ability to question norms and challenge narratives, fostering critical thinking for a better tomorrow. The ghost is out of the machine now. It has become the most dangerous and insidious weapon of the 21st century. It's a weapon that can start wars, steal fortunes with ease, and shatter lives tragically. The most terrifying threat isn't just the fake itself. It's a bleak future where we can no longer believe anything. Presenting you the complete story, a special ATM documentary. Let's dive in.
They report the chaos. We reveal the agenda.
Good evening, and welcome to ATM, where we explore the cutting edge of technology and its impact on our world. The future of humanity depends on our ability to question the very leaders you once trusted. What you just saw was not real, but you believed it for a second. That second is all it takes to start a war, crash a market, or destroy a life. We have entered a new era of information warfare, where our own eyes and ears can no longer be trusted. This is the era of the deepfake. So what is a deepfake? It's not just a filter. It's the product of a powerful AI concept called a Generative Adversarial Network, or GAN. Think of it as a duel between two AIs, a forger and a detective. The forger creates a fake image or video. The detective, trained on real footage, tries to spot the fake. The detective sends feedback on every flaw it finds. The forger learns. They play this game millions of times a second, each making the other smarter. Eventually, the forger becomes so perfect at lying that even the best detective can no longer tell the difference. This is the engine of deception. This technology didn't begin as a weapon. Just a few years ago, it was a niche, clumsy tool used in online forums to swap faces in movie clips. The results were often glitchy, easy to spot, but as computing power exploded, the technology evolved at an exponential rate. Today, in 2025, it takes just a few minutes of audio and a single photograph to clone a person's voice and likeness with terrifying accuracy. The ghost has escaped the machine. It is now cheap, it is fast, and it is in the hands of anyone with a powerful computer and a malicious intent. And this is not a future threat. It is happening now. A recent report from the EU's cybersecurity agency, ENISA, details a surge in sophisticated deepfake attacks. We are seeing it emerge on the world stage. In the run-up to the Indian general elections, a deepfake video of an opposition leader supposedly admitting to corruption went viral, causing chaos before it was debunked. The era of plausible deniability is over. The weapon is active. On their screen, the faces of multiple world leaders are shown like masks, ready to be worn. The figure selects one, and the screen glows. Now we will explore the devastating ways this new weapon is already being deployed on the battlefields of politics, finance, and our personal lives. Where we've seen how the ghost was born in the machine, now we witness how it is being unleashed upon the world. This is not a single threat. It is a versatile weapon being deployed right now on 3 distinct and critical battlefields. These battlefields are our politics, our economies, and our private lives. The camera zooms into the first battlefield, revealing the stark reality of its impact. In the hands of a state actor or a rogue group, a single well-timed deepfake can be more powerful than a bomb. It can bypass traditional media and government checks, speaking directly to a population's deepest fears. Consider the permanent state of tension between India and Pakistan. Last year's Operation Sindoor brought the 2 nuclear-armed nations to a dangerous precipice. Now, Imagine a hyper-realistic deepfake of a senior Indian general appearing to confess to a war crime during that operation, or a Pakistani leader threatening a first strike. A fake video released during a moment of crisis could ignite riots and force military escalation before the truth can even begin to catch up. Just last month, during a tense border skirmish, a deepfake audio clip of a local commander supposedly ordering an unauthorized escalation was circulated on WhatsApp, causing hours of chaos. It was a test, a terrifying warning of what's to come. The second battlefield is our economy, where deepfakes are becoming the ultimate tool for financial fraud. It's called CEO fraud. Imagine the CEO of a major corporation. You know his voice. You trust it. Now imagine you, as the chief financial officer, receive a voice message. It's a perfect clone of his voice, authorizing an urgent, secret transfer of millions of dollars to a new supplier. This is not a hypothetical. According to a recent FBI cybercrime report, this exact scam has already cost companies hundreds of millions of dollars globally. On a larger scale, imagine a deep-fake video of a central bank governor announcing a surprise interest rate hike. It could trigger a market crash in seconds, allowing sophisticated criminals to make a fortune from the chaos they created. But the most widespread, vicious, and heartbreaking use of this technology is not against states or corporations. It is against individuals. A staggering 96%, according to a landmark study by Deep Trace Labs, of all deepfake videos online are non-consensual explicit material, overwhelmingly targeting women. Let me be clear. This is not a prank. This is a devastating form of psychological terrorism. It is used for extortion, for public shaming, to silence female journalists, politicians, and activists. It creates a permanent digital scar that can destroy a reputation, a career, and a life, even long after the video is proven to be a fake. So we have a weapon that can start wars, steal fortunes, and shatter lives. But the true, most terrifying impact of this technology is not the lie you are forced to believe. It is that, soon, you will believe in nothing at all. In the next part, we explore the liar's dividend and the dawn of a world without truth. Welcome back to ATM. We have seen the power of the fake, its ability to start wars, steal fortunes, and shatter lives. But the true, most terrifying impact of this technology is not the lie you are forced to believe. It is the moment you realize you can no longer believe in anything at all. This is the liar's dividend, and it is the beginning of the end of truth. The liar's dividend is the ultimate weapon for the guilty. When the public knows that perfect forgeries are possible, it gives every criminal, every corrupt official, every liar a get-out-of-jail-free card for reality. They gain the ability to veto the truth. In a country like Pakistan, with a long and complex history of political intrigue, this is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Any real evidence of corruption, any authentic leaked recording of a secret deal, can now be instantly dismissed by politicians as a deep-fake plot created by foreign enemies. The truth no longer has to be disproven, it just has to be disputed. This leads to the most dangerous societal consequence of all, the death of a shared reality. A functioning society, a democracy, depends on a common set of facts. What happens when those facts become optional? We are already living in digital echo chambers, but deepfake technology smashes the final window to the outside world. Truth becomes a matter of tribal loyalty. You believe the videos that support your side and dismiss the ones that challenge it as fakes. It's no longer about what is real. It's about what you want to be real. Deepfakes provide every tribe with its own visual evidence, creating unbridgeable divides and making compromise impossible. The justice system relies on video evidence. Journalism relies on verification. History relies on the authenticity of the archive. What happens when all of it becomes suspect? What happens when a photograph of a war crime, a recording of a genocidal order, or the last video message from a dying activist can be plausibly dismissed as a sophisticated fabrication? We are, without realizing it, stumbling into a digital dark age, a future where we are drowning in information but starving for truth. An era where history can be rewritten, not in books, but in pixels, over and over again. If we can no longer agree on what is real, how can a society function? How can a democracy survive? In our final part, we will explore the race to reclaim reality from the phantoms of the digital world. We have stared into the abyss, a digital dark age where truth itself is under assault, where the very fabric of reality is being distorted by sophisticated AI-generated falsehoods. This era threatens to erode trust in institutions, media, and even our own perceptions. It is a terrifying future, a landscape riddled with digital deception and manipulated narratives, but it is not an inevitable one. We are not powerless against this rising tide of misinformation and deepfakes. While the forgers build their phantoms in the dark, creating increasingly convincing fakes, a global coalition of dedicated detectives comprising scientists, investigative journalists, proactive lawmakers, and engaged citizens is actively fighting back against this digital onslaught. They are working tirelessly to preserve the integrity of information. This is the race to reclaim reality, to restore faith in verifiable information, and to empower individuals with the tools to discern truth from fiction. The first and most immediate line of defense in this battle is technological, building a better, more sophisticated digital detective. AI-powered detection tools are engaged in a constant, evolving arms race with the forgers. These advanced systems are continuously learning to spot the microscopic, often imperceptible flaws that the human eye simply cannot detect in deepfake content, adapting as the forgery techniques become more refined. These subtle flaws include telltale signs such as unnatural blinking patterns, inconsistencies in the physics of hair movement, or lighting effects that don't quite match the environment, and residual digital artifacts left behind in the audio track, all of which betray the artificial nature of the content. However, a more promising and sustainable long-term solution is not merely to spot the fake after it has been created, but rather to proactively prove what is genuinely real and authentic from its very inception. This shifts the paradigm from reactive detection to proactive verification. This proactive approach is the core goal of new, innovative technologies like the C2PA standard, which stands for the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. Think of it as a universal, indelible digital watermark for reality, providing an undeniable mark of origin and integrity. It's a robust cryptographic signature that is securely embedded directly into a photo or video file at the precise moment of its creation, acting as an unalterable digital fingerprint. This signature travels with the content, ensuring its provenance. This groundbreaking technology allows journalists, law enforcement agencies, and eventually every individual to easily and reliably verify where a specific piece of media originated from and whether it has been tampered with or altered in any way since its initial capture. It creates a transparent chain of custody for digital content. But technology, no matter how advanced, will never be a silver bullet that solves all our problems. The most powerful and effective deepfake detector on the planet remains the one located between our ears, a skeptical, well-informed, and critically thinking human brain. Human discernment is irreplaceable. The ultimate and most resilient defense against a world increasingly saturated with lies and manipulated information is a population that steadfastly refuses to believe things easily or without critical examination. It's about fostering a culture of healthy skepticism and inquiry. This is precisely why media literacy must become an absolutely core and fundamental subject in our educational institutions. As essential and foundational as mathematics, history, or language arts, it equips future generations with vital skills for navigating the digital age. In a society like ours in Pakistan, where viral rumors and unverified information spread rapidly through platforms like WhatsApp, often leading to devastating real-world violence and social unrest, this isn't merely an academic exercise or a theoretical concept. It has tangible, immediate consequences. It is, in fact, a critical matter of public safety and social cohesion. We must actively empower all our citizens to question the information they encounter, to diligently verify its sources, and crucially, to pause and reflect before they share potentially harmful content. This collective responsibility is paramount. At the same time, governments worldwide must take decisive action to create clear, robust legal frameworks that criminalize the creation and malicious distribution of deepfakes, especially abhorrent, non-consensual, explicit material. These laws are essential to protect individuals and maintain societal order. This legislative action provides real, enforceable consequences for those who choose to weaponize this powerful technology for nefarious purposes, sending a clear message that such actions will not be tolerated. Ultimately, the fight for truth begins with a fundamental personal choice. It's a personal choice to consciously reject the easy outrage and emotional manipulation that fake content is meticulously designed to provoke, and instead to embrace the more difficult, yet profoundly necessary, work of critical thinking, thoughtful analysis, and informed decision-making. This intellectual rigor is our best defense. It begins with you, with each individual's commitment to seeking and upholding truth. This is not just a technological threat that can be solved by algorithms alone. It's a profound societal one that impacts every aspect of our lives. And the conversation around it is incredibly urgent and vital for our collective future. If this documentary has served as a wake-up call, illuminating the critical importance of this issue, please consider giving it a like. Your engagement helps the algorithm prioritize factual content and fight against the spread of misinformation, amplifying voices of truth. We encourage you to comment below with your own insightful ideas and practical suggestions on how we can collectively protect the truth within our communities and foster a more informed society. And please, subscribe to ATM for more deep dives and investigative content that empowers you with essential knowledge and critical perspectives. The ghost of misinformation is truly out of the machine. We cannot simply put it back or pretend it doesn't exist. But what we can do, and what we must do, is choose to actively build a society that is inherently resilient to its insidious effects. A society where truth, however fragile and hard-won, is still profoundly worth fighting for with every fiber of our being. This is our collective responsibility and our enduring hope. Thank you for joining me on ATM and for being a part of this crucial conversation about the future of truth in our digital world. Your attention and engagement are vital.